with thin, fine, natural hair absolutely love these products and strategies for thickening up their fine, natural hair. Watch this video all the way to the very end for my #1 must-have for thicker, fine, natural hair in the month of April. Let's go. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you're an OG curl friend returning back for more, welcome back to Fine Natural Hair Rocks, where your search for the very best in natural hair, beauty, and lifestyle advice stops. Curl friend, if you've been following my channel for a bit, you know that the month of April was a little bit of a rough period in my hair life. Girl, I lost my edges, my hairline was just doing things that it really shouldn't be doing in terms of flaking. It was a hot mess. So I really was on the hunt to really check out my stash to make sure that I was using the tools, the strategies, all that good stuff to really thicken things back up so that my hair loss issues around the edges would not turn into hair loss issues around the entire head. This is the reason why this particular product actually saved my hair. Enter into the discussion this little baby right here. So of course, you might have heard me talk about this before. This is the Hercules Regimen Magic 9 comb. And the thing about this particular hair comb, I use this for detangling. Pre-April, when my hair was doing a lot better, I was using my Felicia Leatherwood brush in addition to this. So there were 2 steps to my detangling process. I started to notice that I was losing hair unnecessarily. And so for that reason, I decided to cut out the Felicia Leatherwood brush and really only focus on this particular comb. Now, the fantastic thing about this comb and why I would recommend getting this particular one, which I will go ahead and leave links in the description box, is because it's actually seamless. So there are no seams to this comb. Your fine strands that are also fragile will not be kind of like snagging up on it or anything like that. So you don't necessarily have to worry as much about the comb itself imparting further, issues on your hair. So finger detangling is gonna be key. Still, I finger detangle first, and then to ensure that I've gotten rid of as many knots as possible and tangles, I then go on in with my Hercules Regimen Magic Star 9 comb. That's a mouthful. If you wanna learn more about that product, go ahead and check out the description box for more information. Next on my list for stimulating thicker hair growth is this amazing product right here. Now, full disclosure, I've been using this forever and I do attribute the beautiful growth that I've experienced and the thickening of my strands that I've experienced that you would have seen in the thumbnail to this product right here, which I've been using a lot more regularly. So this, of course, is my Vita Good scalp massager. When I lost my edges and I wanted to thicken them back up, which thank God they're coming back in, I used this at night for about 5 minutes. If I had more time, then I would use it for about 10 minutes. So just go ahead, turn it on, and just leave it on the scalp. Now, oftentimes when you're hearing about using this particular product, you're gonna see people adding oils to it. You're gonna see people adding various different items to it. For me, if your hair is already in a state, if your scalp is already in a state, if you're trying to thicken things on up and you know you've got a sensitive scalp, I would totally recommend just going ahead and using this by itself. The most moisture you really need at the end of the day is water, and then utilize this. Girlfriend, I promise you, you're gonna end up with pretty much similar results. Like, I had similar results. I was quite surprised by that. You know, these streets, these YouTube streets will have you believing that the product itself, so like the oil or whatever the magic growth serum is of the day, is growing out your strands, but that's actually not true. It really is the act of the stimulation itself. So again, it lasts forever. I've had mine for, I wanna say 5, 6, maybe 7 years now, but it was literally just collecting dust in my stash. I wasn't using it as often, pulled it out, and here we are today. Number 3, if you've been following Fine Natural Hair Rocks, you've been really into the natural hair community here on YouTube, you probably think I'm preaching to the choir. You've heard this before, but there's an important distinction about this bonnet right here. So the bonnets that you would receive inside of the beauty supply stores are actually not silk, they're not satin, they are polyester. And so the polyester is a lot softer on your strands, and I definitely suggest getting that if that's within your budget. But if you're willing to get something a little bit more high functioning, high performing, you want the real deal, the good goods, then this right here is really gonna help you out, because this is actually a 100% mulberry lined silk bonnet. So I sleep with this. Be sure to go ahead and just loosen the actual drawstring, because this can cause damage on the edges right here. but once it's loosened, it really sticks on the hair. This I got from You Go Natural, and I'm very happy with it because, again, it's 100% mulberry silk. It doesn't get any better than that. I attribute a lot of my hair thickening up to this particular product because at night, you really can't control what's going on in your sleep, girlfriend. You never know, your bonnet could fall off, your hair can, really have a lot of friction on your pillow, those kinds of things. So at least you're all protected up, and the likelihood of losing those precious strands that you already have kind of goes down because now you've got some good protection on your strands. Fourth must-have that you need to thicken up fine natural hair that really helps me in the month of April is a gel-like consistency pre-poo treatment. Girlfriend, I've tried them all. I went ahead, at some point in my journey, and on this channel actually, I don't think I actually reviewed it, but I did go ahead and try out the main choice. This is their pre-poo herbal hair tonic and soy milk deep hydration. It's not a gel-like consistency one. I did not get the benefits that I felt like I should have gotten from this. Still a good pre-poo. Definitely check it out if you'd like. I did go ahead and also try another main choice pre-poo. This one is the Proceed with Caution Killer Curls and Brutal Bounce Stop the Damage Pre-poo Post-poo. As you guys can see, I finished it on up. So if you've been following Fine Natural Hair Rocks, or maybe you haven't and you're new, the ones that I've been using and I've really gained a lot of great results from are these two products right here, which are now both empties. So this is the African Pride, their pre-shampoo detangling treatment. And then this is the Curl Piece pre-shampoo detangling treatment. Now these are both fantastic, absolutely amazing. I've tried them both. Between the two of them, I have to say I am leaning more heavily into the African Pride Moisture Miracle one. They both kind of leave my hair feeling a little stripped sometimes, depending on what shampoo I'm using in the shower. And the ingredients could be cleaner, so for that reason, I'm looking for more gel-based consistency pre-shampoo treatments. Now, I've done my research. Apparently, you can also use gels. So if you've got a gel in your stash and that gel isn't necessarily doing good things for you, you care about being economical with your funds. I know I care. You could go ahead and repurpose your gels into a pre-shampoo treatment as long as you wash it right out within like the 5-minute mark line. Now, based on your lovely recommendations, Curlfriend crew, I actually went ahead and purchased this one. This is the Nature's Little Secret, the fenugreek detangling pre-poo, which is made with fenugreek extract. And so far, I'm really enjoying it. I'm still, reviewing it. Let me know in the comment section down below if you want a full review, what I think of the product, the price point, access to it, company, the customer service, all that good stuff. Let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll be sure to make that video for you if that's something you're interested in using. But gel consistency pre-poo treatments, very, very good. Girlfriend, did I mention your favorite product? If I mentioned your favorite product, let me know in the comment section. Also, if there is a product that you're interested in seeing on the channel, just like the fenugreek pre-poo from Nature's Little Secret, let me know too, because we've been doing this for a while. For those of you who've been rocking with Fine Natural Hair Rocks for a minute now, I'm only trying to make videos that you're actually trying to see. So definitely hit me up in the comment section and let's get this discussion going. Number 5 on the list, a little bit of a trick one. Number 5 on the list as a must-have for thickening up your fine strands is a solid regimen. Now, what the heck does that even mean? A solid regimen is literally always repeating the same steps, even if you are varying between your products. So for me, that looks like a pre-shampoo with a gel-based consistency product. Then following that means, a shampoo with something that's gonna deal with my sensitive scalp conditions. You'll notice here on Fine Natural Hair Rocks, I don't really review a bunch of shampoos because my scalp is really tender in that sense. Number 3 on that list is following up with either a deep conditioner or a detangler if your hair needs something in addition to a deep conditioner. And then number 4 is using a leave-in. Number 5 is perhaps going into a style that really works well for your curls. The great thing about a very solid regimen for thickening up your hair, you're gonna know what techniques and strategies over time works for your fine strands. For those of you who are watching Find Natural Hair Rocks and you're actually a stylist or a hair care specialist looking to gain, more centralized tips for fine natural strands based on, just experiential learning over here on Find Natural Hair Rocks, I strongly recommend getting an understanding of, or at least starting to recognize if there are patterns in how the hair is behaving when you use certain techniques, when you use certain products after each other, and kind of tweaking things. So they don't call this natural hair thing a journey for no reason. It really is a journey. You really do have to go through those trials and tribulations to get to the stage when you realize what really works well for your fine strands and what doesn't work that well. One of the things that has really helped me get to this stage where I know exactly what's gonna thicken up my strands, I know exactly what's gonna lead to length retention, is documenting my journey. So I actually have an entire document. I've been documenting my journey for about the last 3 years, maybe 3.5 years, maybe even 4. And in that time frame, I've learned so much about my fine strands. So yeah, I definitely encourage each and every one of you to do the same thing. It can't even be put into words just how beneficial that is to be able to look back on like where you started, where you're going, and where you're heading next, if that makes sense. Did you find this useful? If you did, then go ahead and sign up for my Find Natural Hair Rocks newsletter, where I share even more tips, tricks, and fine natural hair growth and thickening strategies directly to your inbox. Also, go ahead and check out this video next if you want to know my 5 March must-haves for growing longer fine natural hair. Thank you so much for watching, girlfriend. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.